Give me 5 seconds. So the 2-trip, the thrum trip to the moon. How will it be achieved? Is probably what you're all asking. And I've thought about this. Going to Moho, you only need 3,299 MB of fuel. But getting to Moho, to planet, you can do that with barely any fuel. Probably one of these thrusters can get me there. If I remove this stage, which needs 2 of these, and thus it can be my return trip. Or my go trip. That is the first thing we need, is to get there. How much fuel does it take? 1,500? Well, that's not going to get us there. But what is going to be, if we put in the kerosene fuels and all of that stuff, what can get us there? I believe we should use the size 20s to figure that out. And triple kerosene thrusters. And of course, that doesn't work unless you do 2. $164,000 kerosene fuel tank can get you there. Or 1 hydrogen thruster get you there. Or 2 hydrogen thrusters can get you there. My only issue is I can't make the Saturnite requirement for these hydrogen thrusters. We've already discovered that this is the both return trip and the go there trip. We will have 1 rocket with 1 chance to do it. All of the machines we need to put it together, we bring there and back. And of course, we still need to figure out I suppose that it doesn't allow for, well, max warhead mass is 75 kilograms. Oh, it does allow that. Okay. So to figure out how we can get there, how to get our ISP out of this, internet service provider, how to, well, I need somebody to get me the Saturnite from Earth. I need one of my fans in the audience who is able to be on the server to do it. So we can build this rocket 2 times. So we figured everything out. We either build 2 of those same rocket on Earth, or we don't do that. We try to build 1 big rocket. This will be the Galactic Draft special episode where we do Galactic Draft. Who is my audience? Who is my Discord? Okay, so I've asked for help. Hopefully they're going to come around and pull it off, or no. I don't think they will, honestly, because I know already that last time we didn't get it, so this time we're probably definitely not getting it. I mean, last time we didn't even have any viewers. So, yeah. We need to make those, expensive pieces. The hydrogen thrusters are expensive. It's not really worth sending a hydrogen thruster, but it's the only way. Unless we were to try it with 64,000 methalox. Okay, are we gonna do 64,000 methalox? Is that a thing that's about to happen? Are we about to do that? Is that a thing? Because we know these work. What else work? Do the other thing work? I'm kind of curious. I don't know. I actually have zero clue. And of course, these provide 23,000 of whatever the heck they provide. So if I just find a solid fuel fuselage, maybe these are pretty decent, honestly. How much does it weigh? 4,000 kilograms. 3,200 to 2,400. What if we put a couple size 20? Size 15 to 20. That ain't the shit that I need, bruh. That ain't the shit that I need, bruh. So the Mun to Moho journey is kind of like, yeah, that's not happening. So we're not doing those. Obviously, the kerosene probably is the best option, and we'll have to try all sizes of the thrusters for that. But we can already rule out these. We can also try out methalox thrusters, which are more than likely the least good option to get us there. And then, of course, we have our size 20, size 20, size 20, size 20 methalox, size 20 methalox, size 20 methalox. And this is kind of where we figure out that, oh, hey, you can do it with a triple thruster from the methalox family of thrusters, which means I need 2 of those. Or do it with a double, or do it with a single. You can do it with any flavor. And you just need a 64,000, which means I need 128,000 natural gas on the moon. And how easy is that to get? Pretty hard, probably. Now, if we run this, ooh, that's a little bit heavier. It's actually, well, that makes sense. It was a little bit heavier. I'm pretty sure it has a higher ISP, so that means that it will be, in comparison, apparently methalox is a cheaper amount of fuel even though it provides more thrust and a little less ISP, though, the ISP really makes the difference on those. And if we had hydrogen, of course, it's also the fuel that makes the difference, because the fuel is lighter. But the problem with hydrogen thrusters, as we said earlier, was that to get these, I need to get Saturnite, so we can't really do that unless we have really good luck on our side. But this can get us down to 38,500. Cheapness for kerosene fuel is not that bad. Kerosene fuel is really cheap for us since we have a stockpile of it. And we can get it down as low as 35,000. That's still well out of the range of being able for me to do it with a single fuel tank. But if we could get it lower, which with a higher ISP, it seems that we can get that, or doubling up on our thrusters with less tanks. Hydrazine doesn't have that long of a burn time, but I believe xenon does. And xenon is very expensive. We don't even have xenon. Is there even a xenon thruster? It has the lowest ISP, or the lowest thrust, but the longest ISP. But there's also these that are just ridiculous. We would probably need a booster stage, honestly. Could probably do it with what if we were able to add a use size we're just gonna try out a bunch of different size 20 fuel tank combinations until we figure out what works and what doesn't. So we're gonna try 2 of these, which is yet a lot higher of a weight, right? Look at that, 1,800 kilograms. And then we have this 2,800. Oh, what are these though? Size 3. This is a size 12, which is no good because I need this one. I need the size 6 to compare. So the 6, you have 2. That gives you 28,000 kilograms, 200, and then this one gives you 2,800 kilograms flat, which is why using these size 6 ones hasn't actually turned anything. Any progress has been made with that. No. Although, apparently, with 2 of them, the trip is possible. But then again, it defeats the point. Because the whole point of using a lower size is to bypass. Never mind. You can do it with one hydrolox thruster to get there. That's only going to cost me 3,200 to get there. And of course, getting back would probably be the issue with that. However, if we try to go back from, so I just need one size 1 hydrolox, and I need to or no, not hydrolox, hydrogen. I need a need to get my MUN chip. That's not how you spell MUN. It's like British for mom right there. That is a strange thing. MUN chip. Fish and chips? We charting British now? Yes. Maybe. Programmed. No? What was it called? What were these things called? Ho. Merry Christmas. Bah. I think we don't need much. I think we have enough that you could send up like a half stack and I should be fine. If we just send up what we have and I can send it back if I don't need it. MUN. But we can get there with only 3,200 hydrogen, which I can effectively produce for very cheap. And I've experimented with the alternatives so that we can have, technically you can do it with 2 of these, which also gets you there in 30 something things. Oh, wow, you could even do it with that. Does even it just lets you do that? That's weird. Wait. What the heck did I just do? No way that's even real. What the heck is this? What have I just discovered? Because that's messed up. I think James 2H probably should remove that. I'm gonna be honest. However, they do cost more. I'm just saying. So there's that. But they also cost less at the same time. So if I put a size, we could do kerosene peroxide. I need something with hydrogen though. You don't get that without the size 15 hydrogen. But we could look at what other options there are. Solid fuel, obviously. And with solid fuel, I got a feeling about this. A really strange feeling that doing a solid fuel thruster for 2500 is probably going to be with a size 20 engine with all the max amount of thrust is probably going to give us a goodbye to space moment. Nope, not really. It just says insufficient fuel because it sucks. It sucks. But these are like super powerful for some reason. Because that is able to supply you with this much. Absolutely insane. So I need to figure out how I can actually get well, if there's any other hydrogen options, then I need a small hydrogen fuel tank. Usually just goes in order. But I don't think I'm going to be able to get that. Hydrazine. Hydrazine is an option, apparently, at these smaller levels. But this one's probably the best one. Because if you just put this one on there, you could probably run... Okay, well, if we run a triple of these, what does that get us? It costs a lot. Just run the small for now. Okay, so 2 of these would get us there with kerosene and peroxide. And this is cheap right here. This is some cheap stuff, boy. It ain't costing us. Well, this probably costs us the most. Actually, it's pretty reasonable. I thought it was like 1,600 for one of them. Well, these were like 1,600 or 64. They were like 48 titanium plates. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. So for Saturnite, I actually don't need any. I just need dash. Set to moho. Oh, yeah, I just now realized. Oh, shit. Well, that means it probably can't return like that. But to return... That was not the right... Well, is that... Yeah, it is the right size. That is the size we were playing with earlier. That's the size that God didn't want us to do, but we decided to do anyway. Yeah, to return, you just do 2 of these. Or we could technically try one of these. And that's literally spot on right there. There's no fuel wasted with this. Size 20 and 215. So if we just... Okay, so we're going to probably go with... To get there... Do we want to do the kerosene to get there, or do we want to do the hydrogen? So to get there, it only costs us 5,000. This whole trip will only cost... I mean, if we go there using the... Obviously, it's going to cost us more Saturnite to do it without using the kerosene method, but you also have to import kerosene for that. And this is to get from the Mun to Moho. Oh, shit. It's still 2 of these. Okay, we definitely have to do hydrogen. It's probably hydrogen that we do need. So I think we're just gonna have to do it with Saturnite and then these, which is really not something I would like to do, unless I can somehow pull off a super fast maneuver here, which that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen with these. We'll try to get us there with less. Because that's less is more, you know what I mean? That's still not going to work. See, no matter what I do with kerosene, it just doesn't provide the ISP that I need. And with this stuff, you can't even get a size 10 of this. But with this, we can... Oh, well, that was not the... That's a size 15. If we write it with, like, one of these, does it work better? Oh, no, it doesn't. It has to be done with this. If we go for that. And that's to do the one-way trip method. If we try to double the stages, that's not happening. Doing double the stages is insane. Because then you're costing exorbitant amounts of fuel. So we have to do it in one stage, probably. What? Oh, it has no plan anyway. Moho. And it actually might be doable if I just double it. Double it or nothing. But that's also stupid as shit costing, like... I mean, if it's hydrogen, it's so cheap for us to make it because I don't even need it. I don't actually hate that it costed that much fuel, hydrogen-wise. Like, if we want to go there, I need to make hydrogen thrusters because these will cost us absolutely... Just, the only thing that's costing us is the Saturnite on this. But what it isn't costing us is the fuel, because that is the cheap stuff. So I'm going to open to land. Or actually, I'm going to save and quit the title, and then I'm going to go into the world. I'm going to open to land. Place select, or this world. Place select the world. And I'm going to open to land, and we're going to start up. I have Radman already open, that's great. If we can get the Saturnite up to the moon, I think we'll be going there today, or to Moho today. At least I will be. Then my return journey from that, I'm gonna come back to Earth. Gonna deal with whatever's going on Earth. I'm gonna kill this cow too, and hopefully that should be everything we do today. I mean, we have a lot of the 12 meter size things from a thing I was trying to do before. Send those up too, because I'm actually pretty low on that. I just think it's kind of interesting you could put a size 15 and then put a size 20 booster. Size 15 fuel, like that could have saved us for so much time launching size 15s. But now we're like on our way to Tecto too, technically. Tecto is in the tier 1 processor, I think, or it's tier 3. It might be tier 3. But yeah, if you send all of that up, we are going to be cooking with gasoline today. We will be heading to the sun. Just let me know when the deeds are done. And the wheels are burning. Because in the meantime, I'm just going to be shredding up Walmart before I leave. Vein miner, auto shredder. Ah, yes. This is Vein Miner 6. The 6th sequel to Vein Miner. It'd be great if I had a bulldozer, an HBM mod bulldozer, and just flatten this thing. All that's left is mud. Yeah, yesterday I tried out every single Methalox thruster in survival mode, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm not doing this on my own." Because I spent all my dash doing it too. It was like, "Oh shit." So like, I kind of can't make dash on the moon unless I go through some extra steps that takes a long time. Maybe I could do it, but I am excited to explore Moho. It's going to be an interesting planet to check out. I don't think there's any clay or anything there. So I'm probably not going to start a base there yet, but I'm going to go check it out for sure. And it's going to be pretty nice, I think. As far as that goes. It's the size 20 high. Yeah, you could send up the Saturnite and I can make it, or you could just make it down there. It's whatever you want. I believe I was using single for the Hydrolox thrusters. If you do decide to make the size 15 fuselages, which it doesn't really matter what you decide to make, because honestly, I can just put as much fuel into it as I have. I have like 512,000 hydrogen right now, which I'm just sitting on, and I've been doing that for a while. I have 2 tanks of hydrogen that I can just pump into it right now, and that will be the launch. That's all it needs, probably. That's why Hydrolox is better than any other fuel for the moon, because I can produce hydrogen with all the water you're sending me, and then I can send I can go to the next planet using literally nothing. My only problem is that I'm probably going to need to bring oxygen and stuff with me for kind of a little bit of temporary survival on Moho for just a little bit of time. Since I don't really want to not do that. I also need to put on the jetpack. Also need to figure. I need 2 of those because I'm doing a 2-way trip, but I'm doing it in 1-way pieces. So that means to go there, I have to bring my launch pad and other thingy, and to get back, I also have to. I need to bring solar panels for the launch pad, since that's gonna be great if I don't bring launch pads. You know what I mean? Or solar panels for the launch pad, because if I don't bring a solar panel for the launch pad, I am probably going to be stuck there. No, there will be no escape. But at least it probably costed us less to travel from Moho, or from the moon to Moho. It's just, I thought the trip was less expensive than it is. I know for Tecto it's actually really cheap for some reason, so maybe Moho's farther out, I guess, but I don't know. Maybe that was Minmus that got it really cheap. It could have been Minmus. We haven't been there yet, but I'm sure that planet's pretty nice for resources that we don't have yet. Maybe next playthrough we could do that. Could hit Minmus next playthrough. But yeah, in the last episode, I tried to get it to happen, but Methalox is like the only thing I can get up here without exorbitant amounts of time and effort. And I was like, yeah, no, we're definitely not getting there. Ain't no way I'm getting there, because that's just not happening. That's not how the cookie crumble in this case. I should bring crates for Moho, and I should bring an oxygen tank. I know that much, and then I need to put on my jetpack for that. And then that will be everything I need, hopefully. Might bring gravel with me, since it's kind of something I have a lot of right now. It's gravel, but it gives you the ability to get through, probably to get through lava and get down from high places if we need to. Well, it'd be better to just bring cobblestone at that point. The main goal I have is to accumulate a nice amount of the crystals and then leave. And come back to Earth with them so we can figure out what the heck we're going to do with that on Moho. And then bring that up for the next round of colonizing space. That'll be pretty neat. I thought I saw 2 in a row, so I'm gonna go check at the rocket launch pad. And solar panels, launch pad, other thingy, yes, we need all of that. You're evicted. You're evicted into space. Ah, shit. Okay, better luck next time, guy. He's almost able to get out of the door. It's up to him now to decide whether he's actually gonna do it or not. Never mind, I actually don't have any of that. It isn't losing hydrogen or oxygen right now. What the heck is going on with that? Well, it will just run out of oxygen at some point. That cow's gonna get chopped in the next. Oh yeah. 1. Ready, set, 2. 2. Two's a charm right here. 2's a charm. Number 2, chopped up cow. The last thing you want at Burger King is the chopped up cheese cow. Got the fusions super coils done now. Okay, cool. You sent Saturnite or anything? Oh shit, not me. I'm not dying. I'm not gonna die today. How much is this producing right now of biogases? Making the parts. Got it. Cool. We're cooking with gasoline now. I'm gonna focus on making the equipment I need so I can complete the mission. I need to bring hydrogen fuel with me. Shit. Okay, well that will be just a tank of hydrogen. I have oxygen. once I launch, I need a second launch pad to get back. Well, actually, none of this is true if I build a big enough rocket. Okay, so if I build a big enough rocket, I can get there and back. I also already have the capsule and the launch pad, by the way. I think you already know that, but steel. I know why everybody's clicking on the video and then leaving, because I put the thumbnail to be the rocket we designed in the creative testing world. Gotta get those 5-minute views in. Yup, 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 yup. Hempifactory. Not a factory, but drugs. Drug a factory. That'll be my mod pack that I make. 2026. Goals. Produce supercomputer that consumes 2,000 watts of energy. 20,000 watts of energy. Yes. That's reasonable. I can do that with a wall socket probably. And then blow up every single wall socket in the local area. Really causing a blackout with one machine. $20,000-watt server. I am no electrical engineer, but I can tell you that I don't know anything about electrical engineering. Let's make that project happen. What I can tell you is that I'm quite willing to install or build a computer into a Monster energy drink box because I think it'd be funny. Which is something I'm actually going to do, and don't worry, I've already thought about the potential that it just burns because physics. God dang it, it's already full. And enough oxygen for one rocket to do the whole trip. We're good on the stuff that I need for the rocket to do the whole trip. We don't need the oxygen. But that's good. I'll head down and check it out. Because it was just stacking pieces of it. All right, so we're gonna bring all of those pieces to the launch pad, for the building pad. It's we have 2, so I can get there and back. That is a lot of size 64 thingies, but it will probably work, hopefully. The let's go to the Moho planet trip is currently in effect. That's 64. That one does it. That's actually really good. This guy might be smarter than I am. But we need one of those. And then we, oh, we can do that with 70,000 hydrogen. That's not bad. I might not even use the 64,000. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have some that I've already, or of the other sizes that I've already built, and I built too many of them because I'm stupid or something when it comes to building my rockets. So I'll go ahead and well, actually, yeah, probably stupid at when building rockets. That is how I built so many pieces and didn't come up with an actual rocket yesterday. But I'm gonna try these and these, because that's what I got. Size 3s and size other thing. I don't have a size 6, so that's kind of sad. I think there was a size 6 on Earth, but I don't really remember. Space. The final frontier. Destination. Put that in. Oh, okay. Expensive fuel costs. Yeah, we might have to use these, but I don't wanna. We ain't gonna. That just costs more if we use those. So I guess plop 2 of those in there, and would you look at that? It's only 128,000 fuel. However, it's hydrogen and oxygen. You know how much that is? It's half of that's a quarter of a tank. And I have 8 times that. So that's I think that makes the cut for the final destination program. So we're gonna just place this on launch pad. This might be the tallest rocket we've ever built. Yes, it is. By far. This is massive. Now we just need to pipe in hydrogen, energy, and everything to get us to the next planet. So it needs energy through here. And we need to do that without depressurizing or messing anything inside the base up. Which is kind of hard. Because I don't actually remember where there's space for that. Now there's ways we can get it through the wall without needing to even worry about that. Which we can definitely do that with the wires. But I'm probably not going to do it with the other parts. So we're going to build a kind of 2 pass-through points for energy. We need pressurized pieces, which we should have fluid valves or pressurized parts. And we do have one up here for sure. We could seal off sections, but it is not worth it for me. Is that just goes up to the next layer? Come on, let me get through there so I can see what's going on. Yes, it just goes into a paintable one, and it's dirt. Painted with dirt. Absolutely diabolical. We will never see that again. Please. And then I need to make sure I have all of my equipment that I need. So, like, go through and double check everything that I probably said or something at some point. I think my conveyor stole the block I had put in there. Okay, let me try this again. Well, the rocket's built. That's actually pretty amazing. And now we have these. So those are my pass-throughs. What we can do is set in a dirt wall on one side of the building. Basically, well, we already have the output points. We could just, but it's easier to just do it the way I'm about to do it right now. Because it's in this side of the base that we need to actually release our oxygen and hydrogen that's going from those tanks. So we need to put a couple of holes in the wall, but we need to do it safely. In a manner that is safe and conducive of not releasing every single bit of oxygen in the wall, in the base. So if I put in some gravel, this will seal the room with gravel. And the trick is, I place in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm gonna make a nice barrier, okay, and I'm gonna give myself a count. We're gonna add 1 to this count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 should get me on target with the first piece of gravel. So once I go outside, we'll count that 6 out. And hopefully this pays out, because I actually don't know if this works, but to be honest, it probably doesn't. Alright, so we're going to go over to here, see the wall. We're going to start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Should put me on a block. 8. Fuck. What the fuck? This is bad. It's on the gravel, but apparently gravel doesn't hold pressure. That's not good. Well, I can still seal it. That was bad. But it's so large it didn't even register to break everything in there. So I might have released oxygen, but it didn't release oxygen everywhere. So we at least know that we can count to 6 and it probably is on target with the place. Okay, so we're gonna do it again. It was like right about here. What the come on. Just do it in the way that makes the most sense. Like this. No. Okay. Actually, we want to have a bit of a larger area. Higher up. Punch it. There we go. Now it's working. It doesn't work with gravel, but it does work with moon rocks. So, and also 8 was the number. So that's I kind of second guessed, I think. But that should be these. And the far, it doesn't matter where they're at. It doesn't matter which one's oxygen or which one's not. It all goes through to the same thing anyway. I mean, the order matters though. Order definitely matters. I forgot that I didn't have it cabled up. That's kind of ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Okay, and then we can tear this out and this out. Now we just gotta figure out how to pipe hydrogen and oxygen to where they're going. Whichever one is this one is going to go over this high to be for something. But what it's gonna do, the reason it has to be that tall is because if it's not that tall, it cannot go over the other stuff. Cannot go over everything else it needs to go over. Okay, then I'm going to connect that into the piping over there. That doesn't sound good. It doesn't matter. There we go. Whatever pipe is this one? Has to end second, actually, now that I think about it. Because if it only ends there, then we kind of have an issue. So the other pipe is going to take up those ones. I'm not replacing them because I'm just going to do oxygen Boom. And then we'll do hydrogen. Liquid hydrogen. I suppose. It's going to be the second one. And then the cable can just go through cables. So it's however I figure out how to cable that. Obviously not going to do a square connection, but we're just going to run a regular connection. I don't really expect to launch a rocket every 5 seconds. That means I could technically power it with solar panels to launch. But I don't really know if I don't think that's a great idea. I think that's a pretty stupid idea, since we have a lot of energy production in the base anyway. Hydrogen. Cool. And finally, switch to this to use my electricity connectors. Electricity connectors, which can be wired together using the spool. They only travel 10 meters at a time, so beware. But everybody already knows all that information. Buyer be warned. Your cables can only travel 10 meters at a time. Oh, it's gonna go to here, right in the middle. The next one pops out right about here. And then the next one's gonna pop out to, I think it can go here. I think it can. That's probably too far. Hell yeah, it can go there. Just what I need. But it doesn't have any power now. Oh wait, I haven't plugged it in yet. So we're just gonna go in through this wall, this entrance, airlock, and power everything now, so I can get my rocket launch going. Switch over. Oh, maybe we should stay in that tab, but I don't actually know. Stay in that toolbox. Honestly, it could be a good idea. So we're gonna supply it with oxygen, supply it with the hydrogen, and then it should be good. So oxygen comes from these ones, and it has to come from those ones. It can't be, because this is a one-way trip for supplying it. Pretty much. And of course, this is gonna run around the top. And yeah, it would be pretty smart to include a thing to what is it? I don't know. It's just a smart idea to include the I forgot my train of thought actually. Now I sound stupid, but this is happening more and more commonly. This is amazing. I think my brain's overloaded or overstimulated. I don't think that's a thing. What does that mean? Okay, that's probably not something it means. Let's go ahead and turn around on that one. Was this one? Oh wait, are they both liquid? They're both liquid oxygen. That one's hydrogen now. I don't care what it was actually supposed to be, because I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Hopefully I got the pipes right, because if I did, it should just dump out a ton of oxygen in there. Then we're sending oxygen, not to oxygen for the base, but to the rocket. So oxygen will act as the oxidizer, and hydrogen as the fuel. My fan base is a bunch of nerds from Europe, so I'm pretty sure everybody knows about rocket science here. And I can assume that, well, yeah, something. Literally, my mind is just melting right now. That's what's going on. My two cores of GPUs are dying. I don't even know. The GPUs in my heads are actually melting right now. I am no computer physicist, but something tells me you can't just slap a GPU for everything. And now it's time for this pipe. Except we're out of pipes of the aluminum variety. That means it's gonna be ugly as shit. It's gonna be ugly because we're gonna use the non-aluminum pipes until I find aluminum pipes, if there is even any aluminum pipes. Appears not. Unless I am so generous to make aluminum pipes inside of the thing, which will kind of solve my problems. If I go to here, duct, and it's just a one-step process. One click, 42,000 of these in the drain. Oh my gosh. Hell yeah. How many pipes do I use? 10 billion. Actually, we can check that in my statistics. Hold on, let me drink some coffee first. It's getting cold. This is sad. We have hoppers, which I have made something times. Which, where's the made column? Actually, what have I made the most of? Times crafted. Wood planks apparently is at 10,000. What about times placed? Times used. Pipes are at 7,000. That's just the. Is that just a generic piping, or is it like any pipe? Laboratory blocks are pretty high, but not super high. Then there's nether bricks. Cables are apparently 200 times craft, times used 900. Oh, well then yeah, these take the cake. Times mined is dirt for 57,000. And then moon dust is actually up there too at 7,201, surprisingly. Marble, 4,000. That is for soy jack. Soy jack costs like 4,000. Or apparently it says 2,922 times used. So that includes every time that I had to, I'm pretty sure most of that is soy yak. And then, of course, times mined for iron is actually 2,499 iron ore have been mined by me. Insane, right? 15 times mined for the rocket launch pad, but 125 times used. I actually don't know what that means. I bet if I just click on it, it counts as used. Used launch pad dealership right here. Welcome to Ford Rocket Motors. Sending you to space on a budget. I actually don't know. It sounds stupid though. Keep going. Keep going. Just a little bit farther. Come on. Go there. Oh, we're gonna be short. We're gonna be short. God damn. How in the darnations are we this short on bullshit? What the fuck? Looks like we only need like... who cares? It's just box ducts. We need the shitty iron pipes that have no color. And then we're gonna have to do the piping jingle, you know? Piping jingle is absolutely going to be 100% stupid and dumb. Please don't hurt me. Please don't release all the oxygen inside of my house. Is this guy fully filled? No. Because he's shitty. That means that my oxygen is on that side. My hydrogen's on that side. How do you not supply oxygen into my machine? Please put the oh, it has enough. Oh, cool. I'm just an idiot at that point. Oops. And I forgot to even hook up the power cable. Sometimes I think I might be stupid. If I just run out this door, take a left into the wall, we'll find out. Run over to the thing and put the thing in the thing. That's what I'm about to do. One, two, three. How the fuck is it not losing oxygen to that? Because science and physics say that if you put a hole in the ground, it ain't gonna do nothing. Cool. Then that means that all I have to do is pack the rest of the stuff that I'm gonna need for the mission. And of course, that's gonna include plenty of boxes, because that is a key essential item. Yes, but we do need boxes, of course. We also probably should bring all the steel to Earth, since you probably are going to need tons of steel, but I don't know if I'm going to do that, because that's kind of... We do need steel on the moon, too, if we ever come back up to the moon for something. To do stuff, obviously. We need to have that. Electrodes. Put them there, Cool. We're ready to go for that, probably. I have my drives. Cool. Drives are ready. I need to put in my stuff into my stuff. And do my things with my things. I don't remember where the actual put your stuff in your stuff table is at, but we can probably do 3 eggs. Probably just gonna do that. Hell yeah, let's do it. If it's good, do it. But I'm about to send you. I'm gonna go send you what's remains of the shipment that well, actually I'll just do that before I leave. Just remind me before I leave that I'm gonna need to send you the stuff. Oh, here's the table. Okay, then after this I'll probably be leaving to the moon, or the Moho planet. Then I did check everything. Oh shit, how do you put this on? Chest plate? But my chest plate has that on it. Liquidator metal. What the fuck? There's also a liquidator metal here that I need to make sure I have. Huh? Can I just put this in here? Put that shit in there, bruh. Bruh. That's okay. Because apparently, yeah, I don't need to be flying around Moho. I need to die of radiation on Moho instead. This means I should probably bring like a stack of wood. Now, why is wood useful? Well, because even though it might be wood, you can still cross massive distances in the nether using wood. You just have to be a real daredevil, you know what I mean? Absolute daredevil to do it. So, would I recommend it? Hell yeah, I would, because that sounds like something I would do. And then, of course, making sure that my inventory is absolutely sterilized with no extra garbage or baloney of any kind that I don't need. These. Don't forget those. And then we're on the way. Put all that shit in here. Then I don't know if do we want any resources from our moon base, because we have a ton of stuff that we've just piled up in the processing while I've been doing this build. The return journey is gonna be at hand at this time. We're gonna start that. So I'll grab all that remains of the stuff. We're gonna put that into a rocket and send that back. And then I'm gonna go up to the moon, or Moho, and do the Moho things. Of course, I'm not bringing the stuff I need to do certain of those things to pull gallium arsenide out of the lava, but what I am pulling out is going to be minerals. And that is something that we've said we've wanted for a very long time. Now we finally are going to have that. But we should reasonably plan to send ourselves to Moho in the future to build a base with all of those amenities that we need. Lots of mining machines and things. PWR probably would be good as well. Let me send this stuff back so you have a couple stacks of this to play with. I know you probably don't need those, but I just gotta wait for it to send, and then it will be good. Come on. Just why is the rocket not sending? Why is the rocket not showing up? Just go. 512, go. It means I need to send it right now. 2 times. 2x. Go, go. There's no water in there. That's okay. We'll just leave that. It'll figure itself out. I think it might be just supplying itself oxygen from the hemp. Oh, that's probably because your end is probably messed up. I don't know. No destination drive installed. Moho. And we're good to go. Oh, yes. And I do want to climb it. I do want to get a picture of this. This is a picture moment. Shift Windows S to take a snapshot of that. Look at that thing, bro. Shift Windows S again. No, Shift F1. How do I get on this? On this side, I have a ladder that extends 500 feet. This is a tall rocket. This is Apollo 2500 right here. About to send us to Venus. Pretty much. Do I have everything? Oxygen tanks? Good. I have my box of everything that I think I need. We're probably fine. Do it. Doom beats. And oh, I forgot the wood. That's fine. We can just get blocks there. It's not a problem. We're landing in a few minutes. This journey is absolutely insane. Launching for the landing. Whoa. We are traveling forever. This is, we're heading towards the sun, too. It's getting bigger. Did I accidentally send myself to the sun? Holy shit, I can barely see the planet. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. This was like, oh, I can see it getting bigger. It's getting bigger. It's literally right next to the sun, though. Of course it is. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, we're intercepting the planet on its orbit, I think. What the hell, bruh? What's this planet gonna be like? Lava. We've already seen it. It's lava. I lava this planet, bruh. Lava this planet. Bruh. Oh, yep. Landing procedures initiated. Alright, men, we are landing on the planet of hell. Helltown, USA, right here. Remember to mark where you land with a beautiful, beautiful new waypoint called Hey, I just landed here. This might be Crazy. Oh, okay, cool. We're not doing the full song then. There actually is no song because I'd have to prepare that in advance. I do see some interesting stuff already. Looks like some aliens must have been here because it looks like there's a big building over there. Like, look at that shit. Hold on, let me just hit a Shift F1 and a FOV 30. What the heck? Looks like aliens must have been here. I'm just saying. And then give me back to the typical 90, since everybody doesn't want to see it like it's an inverted CRT TV. Now we're on hell. With pretty low gravity, honestly. Nice phosphorus deposit right here. Let's get started mining shit. Look at the sun, bro. What the heck? The sun is inverted, guys. I think we might just be in the sun constantly. It makes solar power pretty good then. Also, geothermal power will be very peak on this planet, if you know what I mean. Like, all we would need is geothermal energy. So I guess we'll do a vein miner and silk touch so I can pick up all of this sulfur and other compounds like this stuff. Stone? The whole planet is just stone. There's no regolith. Huh. What is regolith even anyway? A fancy word for mork stone. Stone variety number 2. Regolith. I'm pretty sure we could jump between the two, but I don't want to take the chance that I die in lava. So we're going to give it a practice jump. No, I did not bring our flag to plant on the moon because we don't even have a flag. And I see the basalt delta over there. Because, of course, we needed to copy 116, guys. Copy. Okay. Note to self. Don't mind the stonebergs in the lava. Because that shit's gonna get somebody killed if we do that. I see a lot of stuff I want to explore. Is that glyphids up there? We can go check that out in a second. Don't worry. If you go too deep into the lava, you'll float up. But burned. But you'll float. Okay. This will be a fun experience of jumping through lava. We'll give it a shot on that. I think I did kind of float up. That's not bad. Oh, because usually you float down. Because the lava's dense. I suppose I guess we float back up. Well, it's called magma technically too. It's not even lava, is it? Because this is a special substance. Ooh. But I am kind of concerned with that. I'm really not going to trust this, and like this, not going to take a chance with that. That is a dumb idea for a mission that does not. Oh, you know, there's probably not a glyphid nest here, but there definitely is a thingy here. Of course, I do need to grab iron, but that one's just going to cause lava to. Well, how fast does lava flow here? Ooh, Jesus, 2 blocks thick. What is this? Is this regolith? Oh, it is. There's something in this spot. Huh. Maybe this is safe. Safe from lava? No. There's lava right behind these, I guarantee it. Nope. Nope. Not there. But we'll see if it's somewhere else. Behind this one. Lava. It's the nether, guys. It's gonna kill me. There's 2 ways to be cautious or be dead, so I'm gonna choose the cautious option and cautiously jump across this lake of lava. Because, holy shit, that thing's shooting out. Okay, so note to self, also try to watch out for geysers that are actually anti-aircraft machine guns in disguise. Because that will probably get us killed easily too. There's also sulfur basalt on this planet. There might be some fancy gemstones on this planet too. Molazite. Well, that's just a fancy word for sulfur, isn't it? Is molazite actually pretty good? Molazite. This is actually used in molazite etched circuit or microchips. Ew. 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 Wait, we probably had to go here to actually get the... Do we have to go here to get the fucking space stations to work? I really don't know. I kind of think we might have had to because there's a space station computer. I don't know if that's involved in that in any kind of way. But you need Mullsite etched circuits for it, which is something new that I've never heard of until now. Or maybe I heard of it and just didn't think about it for so long that I kind of forgot about it. But that's pretty neat. Mullsite's an interesting material. I wonder what's in that meteorite down there. I bet it's full of, or next to lava, because look how deep it is, and this is probably going to give us lava right here. No. Ooh. Holy shit, I see a giant cave down there. Well, looks like we might be jumping in that shit, but first, a word from this meteorite. I have cobalt. Okay, thank you, meteorite. Thank you for telling us that. And back to the video. Let's go ahead and figure out... Well, that's defying physics. Let's not go and update that block. But let's go over here and just get some iron and stuff. Get some basic materials that we're going to need when we go back anyway. And the reason I'm gathering these is because it's easier to do it in space. I'm definitely going to say the moon had a lot more iron. I'm pretty sure of that. This planet's covered in phosphorus, though, which could be great for certain things. What is this? What is that? Asbestos. Oh. Jesus. Well, that's... Well, yeah, we have the 1950s in our pocket right now. I guess we'll go down the... What is that? Is that an actual access to... Oh, that's a fucking death trap. That's what that is. Let's not go there. Okay, we're gonna jump in the hole and find out what happens if we fall in lava here. This place is so fascinating. Look at this. Lots of sulfur, though. Lots of sulfur. If you're a big fan of sulfur... Wait, that's... glowstone? What the heck? It's a good thing I brought a lot of oxygen tanks, because I think we're going to be here a while. Look at this shit. I have too much resources. This is a great planet. We knew this planet would be great from the start. We should have totally invested in going here first. Ignore the... Forget the moon, dude. Moon sucks. Moon sucks, brother. But this planet is amazing. This is like the peak of planets we just explored. Of course, do you need any calcium? Because I think you need those for calcium for BSCO or something. Or something. We determined that before we stopped playing for a little bit. I just want to make sure I don't need to mine extra of it, because there's a ton of it here. Well, a little bit of it, not a ton, but I could also bring back a sample of this lava. This lava is actually not lava. We'll find out in a second, but technically, I could just bring back an entire tank of it. But I didn't bring any fancy drilling or fluid extraction equipment for that, so you all have to be doing that by hand. Which means every bucket is like 1,000 millibuckets, so I have to do it 256 times. And I don't think you guys want to see that until next stream, so we'll put it off for now. It'll be a punishment to myself for landing on this planet. Australia. Ew. Ew. What is this shit? Wadenium? Ah, rare earth. 30 minutes. I'm gonna go at 30 minutes left. Or actually at 0 minutes left. So at 5 I'm gonna go. But it's okay. I have plenty of time. 30 minutes is enough time for us to see 30 more minutes of this planet. So for 30 minutes, we're gonna see this planet. Gonna explore it. Gonna see what it looks like. And I'm just gonna say that I don't know if I can mine this, or actually I can for sure. How much Or earth did I just pull out of the ground? That was a deposit of 8 rare earth in one spot. If we need chlorine, then I also just found a massive source of chlorine then. Yeah, if I just went to town on this planet, I think I'd have tons of stuff. I'm not gonna go to town on this planet. There's town's probably covered in lava, honestly. But these can be dangerous because of these little chunks that fall out. You get hit by one of those, you take damage. And if you take enough damage, and that gave me a lot of damage actually. That took me down to 62. But imagine you're flying across lava and you just happen to be unlucky enough to get touched by one of those. It's touched by God at that point. Might be in heaven. Dead. Instantly. I think this is probably the safest place, is underground. But I'm not sure, because I think you could probably die if you mined up or something like that. Up or down probably is death as well. We're at 24 right now. For our y-axis is 24. So, like, we also have to consider that. We're pretty low underground. I don't think there could be anything underneath us. Do we use up oxygen at the same rate we do on the moon? I think we do. Which is pretty good. Even though you'd expect a hotter planet like this to probably force you to almost be dying at all times. I feel like that should be like an or a James 2H update, or maybe for 528 mode or whatever, to make the planet harder. Of course, I need to go take a shit, and I probably should go do that now. I'll see you guys in like 30 seconds. I'm the world's fastest shit. And I have returned within some time that I can't remember, but whoever was timing that can tell me the world record that I just set, probably, for world's fastest shit on stream. Keywords on stream. Yes. Wait. Was it on stream, or was it not on stream? Or was it in the middle of the stream? There we go, that's more like it. World's fastest shit in the middle of the stream. Or interrupting the stream. That's just stupid at this point. We're gonna stop with those jokes. We're gonna get back to typical humor. People could be eating, you know. And of course it has massive sulfuric caves. I'm assuming that's going to be an absolute abomination full of sulfuric acid and absolute insanity that I'm gonna hate. Except it's not. Holy shit. There's a red key right here. No way, dude. There is not a chance that is real. Red key right there. Just on the surface of the planet. Well, under the ground of the planet. Holy shit. The sad thing is I can't even do anything about it. Damn, at that point the coffee was cold brew. Bruh. Bruh. Do I need fluoride? I might need... No, we probably produced like 5 billion gallons of that stuff. No way, we don't need any of that. Sulfur, we could definitely get tons of sulfur here. You got glowstone, you got sulfur, you got this stuff, that stuff, the other stuff, and this stuff and more stuff. It's kind of hard to mine everything because there's so much here. That's just how it was on the moon too. So I'm probably not going to mine everything. I'm just going to grab whatever I think looks useful as I go through the caves. I think I see more of the minerals. This is what we're after with this planet, is the minerals, because you cannot get those on Earth. There's certain things you can't get, like these glowstone, anywhere else, probably. Maybe it says Moho. Oh, well, looks like it's a Moho exclusive. It's like, holy crap, how much is this? A lot. That's a lot right there. I tell you it's at least 8. But it might be 10 times that. Oh, it was just 5. That's... Oh, it was 10. That's good. I like 10. 10's a good number. There's some thorium. Thorium here, too. This is a planet to mine, of course, because you just harvest this planet. Boom. Instant resources. Also, if you're wondering what the heck even is this, you can find it on Ike and Moho, but it is used to make minerals. Minerals are able to make any kind of substance you want them to, as long as you know or use the right materials. And with that, you can pretty much produce huge quantities of very exotic, very rare materials. Like, what is it? The Shrebidium stuff? We could definitely produce that. And this looks like Mullazite. Might be. No, it's not Mullazite. It is the regular sulfur. Just very dark for some reason. I didn't mark the thing that I probably should mark over in that cave. So we're going to head over and do that now. It's in this one? Or this one? This one. So if I go down... I'm going to just hit J right here. Red key. Save. I just can't believe there's actually a red key on Moho. That isn't even real right now. That's not even real. There's no way. We did find one on the moon, I think. I just didn't get to go explore it. I don't have red keys right now, do we? And I'm not doing a trip back to Moho today, so maybe in a future episode we go and check that out. See if we get Trenchmaster armor, but that's not better than HEV. HEV is now and forever my favorite armor, so until I get something better than it. But that'll take time. And we are on the almost on our way to death with that lava just right there, unexpectedly. Even though I've seen it before and should have expected it to be there. Looks like there's some niter, a little bit of titanium compared to the moon. Lots of glowstone, especially compared to the nether, because I don't even know how much this converts to. Nickel is a lot less than the moon. It looks like it's pretty deep in the ground too. Then of course the chef's kiss is this stuff, which is about as rare as diamonds almost, it feels like, but it spawns in larger amounts. See, like diamonds spawn in 1 or 2, but this spawns in like up to like 8. Well, that's emeralds that spawn in 1 or 2. Well, just 1 for emeralds. You can never, unless you're really lucky. And the 2 generate next to each other. They don't generate veins for emeralds. They just generate the actual. What are they called? They just generate like 1 or 2 sporadically. No, 1 sporadically, not 1 or 2. 1 or 2 here or there. Potentially 2 if you get 2 of them that sporadically generated right next to each other. Everybody understands what I'm explaining, so like I don't need to explain super deep detail. And of course we're going to harvest that. We're going to jump around this lava. What? No, not using crates for that. Never use crates to bridge a gap. That makes 0 sense. Is there another red key down there? Holy shit, there's 2 red keys. Is that? No, that's redstone. I was like, oh my gosh, there's 2? What the heck is that? It's unreal. No, but it was just 1. I don't know how useful this Australium is. I think it's used in just RBMK fuel. For high tier RBMKs. And getting, lead 209 and stuff. If I remember correctly, it is used in those things. But that means it's also, because it's a Moho exclusive, I probably want it. And there is, yes, there is probably no way of making clay on this planet. So, because I brought no clay, we can't really make a base. But that's okay, because I didn't want to make a base this episode or anything like that. It's one of the things you should consider before you go to another planet is what you need to bring with you if you plan to build some kind of space base. Or if you build a station, you also need to consider what you need. I don't know much about the stations yet, but I'm sure I'm going to try that out next because after seeing how launching a rocket from Moho is, I really would rather not try to launch a rocket. Or from the moon to Moho, I'd rather not mess around with that in the future. It is quite a bit of fuel expense, but since it only costs us hydrogen, it's not costing us anything at all. So it is technically going to potentially stay around, but I don't think we're going to... I think we're going to try to phase it out for a... spaceship. That'd be probably the most ideal solution. Is this all my... Why? Get in my inventory. Get in my inventory. And then we're just going to start focusing on getting these. Right now we've just been mining for like anything, but I think we need to try to mainly get this and Australium, also natural gas. So like anything you don't get on Earth. typically. But I don't know if I'm gonna do that. I might just keep doing what I'm doing. I mean, I am producing, technically, lots of materials this way. Oh, it's almost like it's right underneath the lava. Maybe if you brought water here and poured it on the surface, you could probably just turn the entire planet into obsidian and get your way out. You know what I mean? Nah, that definitely don't work. Definitely don't work. I'm just saying. Ain't like that gonna work. No way that work. $36 of substance right now, plus 46 of substance right now, gives me 42 billion substance right now. Hell yeah. 32 rare earths. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother. Pull those rare earths out of the ground. Wadenium, Australium, natural gassium. Natural gassium chloride. Ow, my eyeballs. Nobody told me to wear eye protection next to these dangerous vapors, guys. What is this? Lead? Oh, it is lead. Or, it's, if you want to say it in one word, is sled. I think I'm going to create future English where you just merge its, and then the next word. Or this and the next word. I think that'll be my next iteration of English. It's gonna be the. I think we need to start iterating on English. I think it's not efficient enough right now. So like, it's sled. Boom, fast English right there. This is no joke actually. This is a genuine idea. That could be the future of English right there. If you want to say this sand, you would say the sand. Or that could also be the sand or the sand. In one word, you just merge the words. But you don't do that for every word. Only if it's the and then sand. That probably would be terribly confusing, but it could be the future. I don't know. Probably not. You could say anything could be the future, but could be completely untrue and unfounded. Which that statement probably is completely untrue and unfounded. Future English. Everybody talking about ancient English. But the crazy thing is that over the course of thousands of years, or even hundreds of years, you see how much dialect can change. And supposedly in like 10,000 years, we probably won't even be speaking English. Be speaking some kind of off-brand English at that point. Some kind of Dollar Tree English. And probably be still stuck on Earth. You know why? Because we would have just nuked each other. Or, well, there would be a nuclear apocalypse that happens. And then what happens next would be all of knowledge is lost. But somehow, some people survived. And rebuild civilization, kind of. But they're caveman at that point. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of smart people out there, but I don't know. I kind of don't have faith that this could be a discussion, like where you argue with somebody, but like I really wouldn't have faith that humanity would survive. Honestly, well. Humanity would survive, but not in its current form, for sure. It would definitely change significantly to be a lot more primitive through like hundreds of years of fighting and not really having society. That'd be pretty interesting. But hopefully that never happens, because that would be absolutely terrible. Because everything would change for the worse, and billions would die. It'd be terrible. How much have I gathered? I've gathered almost 2 stacks of rich minerals now at this time. However, I'm gonna gather like probably 8 stacks or 9 stacks is what I'm trying to get. And also some magma too, if I can. If I can pull that off somehow. So if I just pull crystals out of the ground, I can just process those instantly. Oh, my back. Shit. What is this? Oh, hematite. Hematitis. I wonder what structures on this planet. You see, I've explored, but I haven't explored much. I don't think there is any. Potentially there's no structures here, which is kind of interesting to think about, but we'll find out what that's like. A planet with no structures, huh? Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, you could definitely build a cool cave base on this planet, but I feel like a surface base is always cooler, especially when you can see what's out there. Maybe you could have a kind of like a Subnautica base that goes like from the surface into the cave, and like it's pretty neat and all glass and stuff. I think we're already planning it's gonna be mostly glass, and well, the tubes are gonna be glass, but the base is gonna be made out of that rusty factory stuff. Is what I originally planned. Because it really does fit this planet, like you have a derelict on the planet. Derelict base, almost. Build a rig in the lava, and put, whatchamacallit, through lava you could have tubes, and you could have, obviously there's machines that we need for this planet to do stuff called magma drills, which are gonna harvest out the arsenic and gallium. So yeah, pretty cool, right? Pretty neat. Neato. NATO. And, so what else do I need? Need those. And I have 6 minutes remaining to get out of this cave if I want to. Or continue mining in the cave. I don't really care. I kind of want to get out of the cave, honestly, and see the more of the surface. The surface was pretty, well, drastic compared to other places we've been. Is that the rocket? Whoa, it's basalt, but it's white. Huh? Never heard of such a thing. It is pretty nice that the caves are really deep on this planet. Oh, there's another thing over here we could check out. What about that big giant monolith we saw at the start? Just head over to the monolith, right? Jump. Come on. Jump. The jump master right here. Okay, there's like individual pieces of lava. And that's gonna flow kind of, it's the same as Earth. Oh, it is lava. I could have swore this was magma or something else. But that is pretty cool. But it's not. And this is dangerous right here, but you could totally geothermal power your base on this planet. Cool. We have 62 of those. And then we have 4 minutes still. 4 minutes until I go. Nice. And this is a flat area. Oh, I think I see. It's kind of ridged on the map down there. Like every section is. Oh, up here. up. Well, I thought it was going down. This is like a volcano almost. But multi-layer volcano. It's bursting at the seams, it looks like. What the heck? Monolith right there, bro. Monolith. Honestly, this planet generates like it's a hybrid of OG Minecraft from ancient times and regular Minecraft from modern times. 112 times. I am super curious about this weird looking monolith. Is this the one we saw from the rocket or a different? This is a different one. This is a monolith. This is actually a monolith. Wonder what's on the inside. Is there a cave? Nope. Nope. Oh, if we went deeper, probably. Hello. Welcome to This Guy is on Venus and, well, pretty much Venus and just harvesting materials for the next 10 episodes. Because I brought 2 tanks of oxygen, so, oh, that's really shitty. But I have, like, 4 more of those, so. But you've tuned in right at the end, almost. This would kill me. If I stepped in one of those, cooked. Toast. This is definitely a weird, I do like the plateau. It's pretty interesting looking from the side. Looks kind of like a monolith. So far, I haven't seen any interesting structures. This is pretty interesting so far as what's on the planet. I wonder if we could just get gallium arsenide from Earth. What is it called? The magma extractor? Magma drill. Yep. Oh, okay. So only this planet. Only this planet can do it for right now, as far as I'm aware. Well, I'm gonna see if there's anything else. I still have 2 minutes left before I have to go and get started with my nonsense for today. But at least my nonsense is gonna give me a day off tomorrow, so that's pretty good. Looks like there's a crater there, and then from here there's like some kind of weird patch. Of course, this is a plateau again, but this is a weird plateau. Looks like down there's a cave in the plateau. Mushroom cave right there. The mushroom cave. Next thing you know, I'm gonna go missing. It's gonna start vibrating, gonna disappear. Oh shit. I don't wanna get hit by those. If I actually got hit by one of them, I might die. So those chunks that fly out probably do a lot more damage than the ones in the cave were. Because those landed on me. The ones flying out are huge though, too. And we all know that if somebody throws a football at you versus somebody throws a tiny pebble at you, one of those will probably hurt more than the other. Except the football probably doesn't hurt that bad. Well, if somebody throws a stone at you versus a pebble, it's different. But then again, I have to go now, so I'm gonna see you all in the next one. Hopefully, tomorrow I'll do the stream, and I won't die on this planet. Thank goodness.